Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dead Unicorn. That's right, it's Cypher Sunday. It's a little different than Samurai. I know you're expecting the Samurais, but we're in between Shadow Empire, and we're gonna do this little one-shot game called Isle of the Dreaded Accursed. That's what it's called. It's made. It's produced by Mr. Tarask. You can get it on RPG Drive-Thru. We're not sponsored by them in any way. I wanted to do their Kickstarter. They were going to turn their adventure into a Cypher adventure. I love Cypher. If you've never played the Cypher system before, you should check that out too. Also, nobody is sponsoring us. Nobody is giving us money to say any of this. We just... I wish like these game companies would throw us a few bones. That would be nice.
Throw me a bone.
We love bones here. We have an amazing cast. Tarek, Crystal, Sasha, Howard, and Brenna are here to play some classic fantasy characters, but are actually not classic in fantasy at all. They're weird things from a game called Diamond Throne. It is another fantasy cipher system that Monty Cook has cooked up. And they'll tell you about their characters, but it's mainly a fantasy system. You know, knights and castles and all of that kind of stuff. I'd like to thank our patrons scrolling down below, down there. They help keep the lights on here, pay our subscription fees for whatever software and weird things we like to do. We also like to thank Sebastian for helping us set up the VTT. That said, let's move on to introducing our characters. I'll go... I think Tarek is always ready to go first.
I am.
All right. And I'm going to put I'm going to put your token up full screen as you...
Okay.
There we go. As you talk about
I'm a pretty lizard. Hello, I am Tarek, and I play Ishth.
You can't even say your own name.
Ilishthi. It's Yisht Ilishthi, and I wanted to say it all weird in the beginning because nobody else is going to be able to pronounce it for the rest of the game.
Anyways.
I am playing a Moj, which is kind of like a human who went through a ritual that transformed themselves into a dragon person. I have magical capabilities, a big ol' honking magic weapon, and I like fighting and doing paladin-y things. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to my one true friend, Sabeel, played by Sasha.
Hi, I'm playing Sabeel. Not too familiar with this system, but what I can say about my character is she is a redskin type of race called a Varric, I believe. She is a channeler, which basically just means that she's like a magic user. I think it's kind of akin to almost like wizards, from what I'm gathering. And the neatest things about her is that she is cursed. She can't talk except to utter true names. And she has a pet raven that also answers to Sabeel that is consistently with her and sometimes does a little bit of the talking. And I'll go ahead and pass it off to Crystal to introduce her character.
Hello, I'm Crystal. I am playing Regina. She was born as a Litorian, which is like a lion person, but she has since died and been raised. So she is an undead. She's got like sunken features and cloudy eyes, but she likes to dress pretty. My class, I guess you would call it, is Wanderer, which is kind of roguish, rangerish. Yep. That's it.
Who's next?
So next let's go with Brenna.
Okay, so I'm I'm playing an angler folk. So she's basically a merfolk, only anglerfish flavored. And her spouse, if you're not familiar with anglerfish biology, she has a mate that is fused into her body. And so he's got like a little face here out of her neck, but she usually wears a scarf because it weirds people out, or at least surface dwellers. And she's kind of a brash pirate, very big and brawny and loud. Her husband, not so much. His name is Lum, in case anyone cares.
Berna, you gotta introduce the next person. Pick on the next person.
Oh, right.
It's fine.
Sorry,
There's only one left now.
saying this out loud just is like. I think we're down to Howard.
Yes, it's just me.
Yes. Oh my god.
I am Benathar. I'm a giant and an emissary who inscribes runes. So basically, Benathar is, if you're familiar with Marvel movies or Marvel comics, think like Professor Hulk. He's smart, he's friendly, and just happens to be ridiculously strong. But unlike the Hulk, Benathar is not as worldly. He doesn't really understand everything that's going on. He asks a lot of awkward questions. But he does like to get involved, and he wants to help people.
All right. Excellent. Now that everybody's been introduced, let's talk about the setting for a little bit. You guys, we're starting, everybody kind of knows each other. Y'all are adventurers. Maybe you've adventured in the past. Maybe you're just bar friends, that kind of thing. You guys have been hanging around this town called Mountainfoot. Mountainfoot is a coastal town, a mining town. But hard times have fallen on Mountainfoot because, well, because it's a trading town on the coast, lots of ships like to come in and out. And now those ships have slowly dried up because of an evil god. This god is named Elvirath. 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 And she has an island that is filled with her devotees. And she will curse anyone in the sea that she likes to curse. She just does it because she's an evil, evil god. So the people going back and forth, they have been giving her tributes. And that has basically kept the ship lanes free and clear because the evil god is happy with her tributes and you guys can get whatever you want in your town. Something has happened, and now the seas are becoming more and more dangerous. And that is where we start out. You guys are walking down the boardwalk of Mountainfoot, the salty sea air spraying you in the face, talking about gold and jewels that you want to get. There's got to be adventure around here somewhere.
There's gotta be adventure. Man, I am dead and old and bored.
Okay, for the record, even though I'm a pirate, I'm not to blame for the current troubles. I'm not behind it, I promise.
This time.
I was too drunk at the time, so.
I probably am also not responsible, but I do want to go and deal with this evil god lady because that's probably an issue for more than just us. Like that's probably been an issue for a lot of people.
I agree, but how do we approach the issue of a god lady?
Probably talk to one of their priests.
Church. I like it.
Never been in one, but I'm always down to try it.
Yeah.
I guess try anything once, but I have a feeling that we might need to do something more than just talk to their priests in order to convince this godling not to keep murdering people and cursing them on the seas.
Tarek, can you turn your microphone down just a notch? Just.
Line down just a
Do you
notch.
think we should just offer like a donation to their plate?
Maybe? How's that?
That's a lot. Oh, I think that might be better.
Is that better?
Yeah. As you're walking down, a woman walks onto the boardwalk and starts yelling at the top of her lungs, "They're back! Survivors in a sloop!" And she points out and you can notice where she's pointing, where a crowd has started to gather when they see the woman is pointing towards the shore where a crowd has started to gather.
Uh-oh.
Well,
You might want to take a look at that.
let's go see.
Certainly.
All
Come
right.
now,
I thought we'll
Seville.
head that way.
Let's get you.
Seville pulls her face out of a book.
Let's get you on the map.
I'm sure she agrees with us. She just has a strange way of
I don't seem to be able to move my token.
You can't move your
Game's
token?
paused.
That's because I have the game paused. Boop.
Oh,
Unpause.
As you
I
approach
thought I was
this,
doing it wrong.
as you approach this area, 3 wounded soldiers are being helped out of a rowboat. They lean heavily against the dock workers as they limp
it this
across a small pier. Suddenly, a scream of agony tears through the panicked murmurs. An enormous beast, covered in a mat of wet hair, rises from the ocean depths. A Titanic
I'm making my way
leg.
through the crowd.
A Titanic.
I look to Gorza, friend.
Hold on, guys. You might not want to be moving around here because stuff is about to happen.
Okay,
Okay.
then I'll just move back to where
Yeah,
I was when
I
you
had
first
you
started
over
talking.
there on
I'm
purpose.
definitely starting to make my way through the crowd. So that, because I'm assuming that I'm making a path for everyone else.
So let me do this again.
Okay.
You unpaused it. We thought that meant go.
Oh, sorry. I should have just kept it paused. 3 wounded sailors are being helped out of a rowing boat. They lean heavily against the dock workers as they limp across the small pier. Suddenly, a scream of agony tears through the panicked murmurs. An enormous beast, covered in a mat of wet hair, rises from the ocean depths. A Titanic leg, that of a sea spider, darts out and spears a dock worker through the torso, splattering their crimson blood across those standing nearby. The monstrous arachnid lifts the poor souls 20 feet in the air before smashing them into the hard wooden surface of the pier. The crowd descends into chaotic melee. Wounded soldiers fall into the water as a great wave hits the shore, dragging more people into the sea to be devoured by the monstrosity. Alright, we have a giant sea spider.
Oh, how
Indeed.
endearing.
They're tasty with butter.
Everyone loves sea spiders, right?
So, the token you see there in the middle of the water, that is just like its head and main body. Its legs extend out towards the shoreline, towards the boardwalk, as it starts smashing up the joint. In fact, we can go to initiative. Oh, my initiative is 15. So if you go to the cross swords in the upper right-hand corner, you can now roll initiative by hitting those d20s.
makes noises.
Oh, I need to change my dice.
Yeah, you can change your dice by going to the double gears, hitting configure settings, and scrolling down to a button that says,
Dice so nice.
yes, Dice So Nice. Dice So Nice 3D dice settings. And you can change all sorts of the colors on those. All right, there you guys are. So, this is how this game is going to work. On your initiative, you get one action. That can be movement, that can be pulling something out, that can be using an item, right? As an action, if you do anything other than moving, you can always move a short distance, which is 3 meters. You can move a short distance as an action, which is 15 meters. And if you want to move more, you can make a level 4 speed check to move a long distance. Or you can make a level 4 speed check to move a short distance and still have an action to use. So you can move and attack if you make a level 4 speed check. Benathar is up first.
Okay. I'm looking real quick because sorry, it's first time with a new character. All right, so you can either move or act, right? You can't do both.
Yes, that's what I said.
All right, I'm just
Unless you make a
clarifying.
level 4 speed check.
Okay. I guess I will try to make a level 4 speed check.
Okay. Do you know how effort works?
Nope. Just roll the die.
Okay,
Nope,
that is a
I failed.
failure.
I feel like effort would have failed me on that one anyway. I rolled really bad.
Yeah.
If you have...
So I saved my effort.
Yes.
So I just stand here for this round? Is that what happens?
No, you can still move a short distance. You just
Oh,
don't get to
how
move anymore.
far is a short distance?
I said 15 feet. Or 15 meters.
50 feet.
15 meters. There you go. Oh, I should begin
Oh,
combat.
help! I say as I go ambling forward.
Oh, I guess the Titanic sea spider is
long
next.
Range is about
Let's see what it's going to do.
30 meters.
It is going to move a short distance. Not a short distance. Can it move a short distance? I don't think so. It can move. Movement. Short, yes. So let's move it. It's going to move... It's just going to move an immediate distance over here. Boom. And it's going to start smashing up the place. It's going to hit a bunch of things with its legs. Its legs try and get up on the dock, and they just can't hold the weight and start smashing through. Boats start splitting in half as it moves. And let's see if Benathar is in range. Yes, Benathar is in range of one of its feet. So it's going to attack with a piercing leg.
Okay.
So it's going to try and pierce you. You have to make a level 5 speed check to dodge out of the way.
Okay. Hang on. I'll just roll my speed then, right?
You can, but you can also... That succeeds!
Boom.
As you can see in the chat,
Right.
it says what level you beat.
Which succeeds? It succeeded hitting me, or I succeeded in dodging?
You succeeded in dodging.
You succeed.
So-
You said it. I didn't know what that meant.
I said, you succeed.
If he said it meant the roll. the roll succeeds.
So you can tell VTT does the math automatically for you, as you can see in the chat log right there. It says beats difficulty 5. So you did it. Regina.
Okay. I should be within long range of this thing.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna pull out my bow and shoot it.
Pull out your bow and shoot it.
I'm gonna assume that it has natural armor and use bodkin arrows.
All right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nope. Nope, that doesn't work at all. Unfortunately.
Nope, it doesn't.
Arrow goes short,
Sploosh.
very short, into the water. Sybil.
Okay, so Sibyl, I have an ability called Ward.
Yes.
It costs 1 mana, 2 mana for 15 minutes of time. I'm assuming that if this counts like as a normal action, like if I use it in combat, it is an action.
Yes.
Or, okay. So, and if I have an edge of 2 in mana, does that mean I don't have to spend any mana?
You
Is that
spend
how that works?
0. Yep.
Okay,
It
so then
automatically
I
turns
will.
on.
Then I will use Ward.
Okay. You may move an immediate distance as well, which is 3 meters.
Okay. Instead of moving myself, can I have my crow fly off or my raven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your raven can fly and you can move.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm just gonna have it leave because last thing I need is it being bludgeoned immediately. So.
All right. That'll work.
There you go.
Yes.
Yith. Yith is going to cast shock on his weapon. He pulls out a hand crossbow and casts shock on it. That requires me to spend 2 MP, plus I think 2 from my armor.
Yes. 1 for your armor, I think. I think
1
you
for my
cha-
armor.
I think you changed
Yeah.
your armor.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
One.
1 for my armor. And then I get to reduce that by 2. So I have to spend 1 MP total to cast shock, and then I can spend more if I want to daze it, which I don't. So I'm just going to cast that with my action, and I will move up because I can only shoot a short distance, and I think that is 3 meters, right? So I have to get close enough to shoot it.
Yep. You got to go around that water trough there.
Yeah, it is letting me get real close to the water trough and then blocking my forward for some reason. Okay, let's just go here.
Yep.
That's about 3. That's fair enough. And that's all I can do, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Gorza.
Gorza is going to do a speed check to move and act. And with an edge 2,
You can spend
Yeah.
effort. Definitely.
okay.
So, here's the thing. It costs 3 points to spend effort.
Mhm.
Your edge is 2, so it only costs you 1 point.
Thank you. It was the math that I was
That will
stuck
bring
on
the
for a second
level.
there.
That will bring the level from 4 to 3. But you can spend 2 levels of effort. And your second level of effort costs 2 points. But it's all combined. So you can either spend 1 level effort for 1 or 2 levels effort for 2. For 3. For 3. Right?
You're confusing me. I'm just going to spend the 1.
Okay. So you'll need a 9 or more.
Okay, figuring out the controls here.
Under speed, there's a little D20 next to it. You can just click that.
There it is.
That is not. Yep.
Oh no,
I
our
was so
fake
confident.
dice suck.
Yes. I was oh so confident.
All right,
but,
you can
okay.
still move 15 meters.
Moved about 5. I think that totals about 15.
No.
Close enough.
You got a little more, I think.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, because that's 3. That's 3 and 10, so you got 2 more meters you can move.
Okay. For some reason, oh, there it is. Oh, I see. It wants to make me move around things. That is smarter than I am. Okay, well, that's as far as I can move because it wants me to spend apparently more to go around the obstacles.
It's all right. That's fine. All right. The crowds are dispersing. They're getting out of the way as much as they can. You hear the guards rallying as they try and get together a line to defend Benathar.
Okay. Let me see. Short range is 15 feet. Is that what I?
Short range is
Am I
15
correct?
meters,
Let's
yes.
see if I'm in range. I am in range to throw things. I'm
To
gonna
throw things.
or 15 meters. Sorry. I'm American. It's feet, sir. We don't do meters here. All right. Either way, though, I am in throw stuff range, and I'm going to try that. So let me go to my combat page, and I throw a hand axe. Oh, I need to add 2 to the damage to this. I don't know how to do that, so just know that you add 2 if it hits. Why not? I'll go ahead and I'll spend I have an edge of 1, so I'll spend 2 points for a level of effort.
Sounds good.
So there we go. Did it still miss? I think it still missed.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got a level 2. You hit a level
Oh, well.
2.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing else I can do. Just threw my axe away.
You can
Water.
You can move a immediate distance up to 3 meters.
Screw sea goddesses. It's the dice gods that have it out for us tonight.
And you are
Is
now
this the
on
person
top.
I'm standing on?
Yeah, you're standing on somebody.
Well, if I can just move it point. Nope, that's just where he lands. Oh well. I'm blocking that person from being hurt, which is
I
something
don't
Benathar
know why
would do.
you made him so huge. Because he's
I
only
didn't do that.
supposed to be like, what, 7 feet tall?
No, I'm 10
Oh.
feet tall.
You're
Ten.
I am 8. I'm 6'10".
Yeah, how big is your giant, Howard?
10 foot.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Tier 2, they're 10 feet.
Yeah. I think I made him the
Okay.
right size.
I thought the information part in the book said giants are about 7 feet tall.
No, they are 8 feet at tier 1. They're 7 foot plus dice that you roll to figure out the inches, but average 8 foot at tier 1, 10 foot at tier 2, and 12 foot at tier
You keep getting bigger.
we start as kid giants, and as we level up, we grow into adulthood.
Wow, it's really smashing up the docks, huh?
Yeah, you like that?
Does that mean I'm in the water now?
No, there's water on the dock. As you can see, there's still wood underneath you.
Oh, okay.
Is the person next to me
okay.
falling in the water?
We literally just said this, no.
Oh, okay.
She's in a
Oh.
puddle.
Howard,
Okay.
even if I
see
fell
it
in
now.
the water, I'm the best person in the water.
That's true.
All right, Howard, you're the largest and tastiest guy here.
I refuse to believe that everyone here has been taste tested.
So the spider's going to move in immediate
You don't know what they do in their
distance.
spare time.
I mean, you look big and juicy.
That's what she said.
and you're still in short distance. As it's within the range of my leg, I'm going to smash. I'm going to try and pierce you through this chest with my leg. Please make a speed defense roll level 5.
All right. I will spend
Get
3
stabbed.
points. So it's only have to be a level 4. 7 minus 3 is 8. There we go. Oh wait, can I not spend 3 points of effort? How does that work? Oh, there it goes. It was just being slow. Never mind. Here we go.
Yeah, you did it.
Boom, level 4.
Yay!
You rolled out of the way.
That was points well spent. Yeah, I don't see me doing that. Maybe turn sideways. I'm not really a roly-poly type fellow.
Regina.
I'm gonna try to shoot it again and
All right.
use effort.
Use that effort. Maybe use 2 levels. Oh, no, you can't. You didn't take extra effort.
All right, I'm assuming speed for a bow.
Yeah. What happens when you click? I want to see what happens when you click that. Does it
When I
give you-
click what?
when you click the little speed die, does it give you a pop-up menu that asks you if you
Your
need effort
speed
or
die.
anything? No, it doesn't. But that hits.
Sure does.
Sure does. How much damage does your arrow do?
4, and if it has armor, it ignores 1 point of armor.
Excellent. Four points of damage. It goes straight through its armored carapace. It's chitin. And it doesn't like that. Oh no, it's got a new target now. Someone heard it.
Finally.
Sybil.
Sibel.
Cybele.
Sibyl.
Sabile.
What I don't know ranges, but I have a short range ability. How far does that go?
15 meters.
15 meters, yes.
15 feet.
Range rules are on page 11.
So
Am I right? Did I get it right?
15 meters for short, 30 meters for long.
Yep.
15 meters is right about here. Okay. If I want to move and do an action, can I move first and then do an action?
Yes. But you have to make a level 4 speed check to do the action afterwards.
After moving?
Yes. If you move any longer than an immediate distance. So if you move a short distance, you'll need a level 4 speed check.
Okay. I think I just might barely reach it. I want to see if I can
that's
or
fine.
not.
If you want to move there, that's an immediate distance, and I'm good with that.
Just
3
3 meters,
There we go. And then I want to see if I can reach it now with my ability or not. Oh no, it's like
Just
2 meters
a little
far.
too far.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do instead is where did it go?
14, yeah, just a little outside your range.
Little too far. I would
We can just keep moving.
Yeah, probably. I think I had an ability that was useful here, but oh, okay, here we go. I think I will use minor battle memory for 1 intellect point, which allows me to ease my attack and defense tasks for the next 2 rounds.
Sounds great. I love it. Remember, guys, you have ciphers too. If you have a cool cipher to use, don't forget to throw weird grenades at it and potions that can explode on them and stuff like that.
Would it, if they're say mind affecting, like intellect, would it affect a spider?
I don't
Water
see why
spider?
not. Spiders got brains.
Duly noted.
Yes.
Squishy crab brains.
Yes.
Tarek?
Yeah, I'm reading one of my ciphers. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Speak up.
Well, he just said it. Yeah. So I think I'm going to move an immediate distance. Oh, I gotta do the selector again. Please let me click that button. Thank you. All right. Now I can move 3 meters, and I will fire off a shot at the creature.
Long range?
That should be short range.
It is short
right?
range. Yeah, short range. You got it.
Yep.
Well, you didn't spend any effort or anything like that.
What is the level?
It's 5.
I thought it would bring up a like roll thingy.
Yeah, I thought it
I
would
was-
too.
Maybe I am just too used to L5R because I was going to spend
does-
things and do stuff in that little thing.
it
But
doesn't-
that's fine.
Hold on, let me
So-
let me check some things here. Hold on. Cuz like I'm kind of weirded out that it's not giving me anything like assets or efforts to add to any sort
Yeah,
of roll.
add or remove or
Nope, it just rolls the die for some reason.
yeah.
Um
That's what I expected, so that I could put in like, okay, I'm gonna have effort, or I'm gonna.
yeah, I know
spend
you want to
edge.
do that. I know you want to do that. So we'll
It's okay though. I'll say I missed this one, and I'll just know next time to verbally give you that information. Though my task was eased, so it would have been a difficulty 4 or level 4 difficulty, but I still missed, so that's fine.
Okay.
I fire off a bolt from my hand crossbow, and I'm like, oh, this is really rocky, and I miss. Since the dock is wiggling and wobbling.
It is wiggling and wobbling. Remember, you also have intrusions. So I would like to talk about the PC intrusion points and the GM intrusion points at this point. You guys have 4 intrusion points up there at the top. You see where it says PC intrusion and GM intrusion?
That we do.
You can use a PC intrusion point to re-roll any roll you want. If you need a re-roll, you can do that. But then I get a
like
GM
fate
intrusion.
points.
Huh?
They're kind of like fate points in the fate system.
Kinda, yeah. But then I get a GM intrusion point, which I can use against you later. You can also have an item. Like, well, thank you. You can also, like, if you have an item in your equipment, but you stashed it at home, you can be like, well, actually, I brought it with me, and here it is. And you can just bring that out with a PC intrusion point. For 2 intrusion points, you can get, like, a skill that will only be useful for, like, a bit of the adventure. Like, oh, I am very well versed in these docks, and thus I have special knowledge that allows me to, like, defend myself here better or swim better in these waters. But only these waters. Lastly, you have PC intrusion specific for your character on your character sheet, and you can spend 1 point to activate those PC intrusions. So anytime you want to re-roll, you may, including Yith right now, if that's what you want to do.
I have a question for you, actually. If I get, are these from the map that we're looking at? These are still, like, this dock is still afloat.
Yes.
If I were to run over there and let's say the spider busted them, that would mean I would fall directly into the water, right?
That's correct.
But I could get close enough to, like, let's say, do a melee attack.
Of course you could, yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. So, if I want to move at this point, I have to make a speed check, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna make a speed check to try to move further ahead. What's the level of difficulty of that speed check?
Level 4 speed check.
Level 4.
A level 4 speed check, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. 15. I think that succeeds. So I can move now. How much?
You can move. You already moved 3, so 12 more meters.
12 more meters. So I can get right into Howard's Tookus.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Boom.
My name is Benathar.
I hide
You would
right
like
behind
to flirt with
Benathar's
Howard.
Tookus.
That's different.
I hide right behind Benathar's Tookus. And that is the end of my turn.
All right. Gorza.
Ta-da!
That is what that giant Tukus is for.
Gorza for Brenna.
Okay. I am going to use my Cypher of... I can't remember. There it is. Trying to remember where it lives.
Where does your Cypher live? It lives under the equipment tab.
Where do you go with it? Sorry?
Your Cypher lives under the equipment tab.
Sorry?
Oh, by the way, you did not roll for your level of Cypher, so please click the little buttons that say 1d6 next to your Cyphers to see what level they are.
Gotcha.
There you go. 8 and...
Right, because I was expecting to see it on abilities, not
I
equipment.
rolled 6s on both.
Damn.
So are you going to use your beam?
Woo!
You can't use your sleep. Your sleep is
I
touch.
Yeah, I was going to try and use my beam.
Okay. So you pull out a gemstone and you concentrate on it and a beam fires from it. You will need to make a level 5 speed check. I suggest using effort on this one so you can hit with your Cypher.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, it's going to be speed. It's going to be speed to attack it with a beam. Did you use any effort?
Yes, I spent 1 point, but yes.
Brenna! Hold on, guys. We gotta get order of operations down. Before you roll anything, tell me how many levels of effort you're using.
I was going to use 1 level of effort.
Okay. That would bring it from a 5 to a 4, which still misses.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, you should use 2 levels of effort on this. I was trying to be very specific on
Okay,
that.
because I thought that I had
even that
basically
would have
2 points
missed.
of effort because I already used 1 point of effort earlier.
You can use it every time on every roll. It doesn't go away.
I misunderstood. In that case, yes, I definitely would have gone with both.
Okay. Well, we're all new. We're all learning. It's okay. So 2 levels of effort. That brings it from a 5 to a 3.
Okay.
Right?
Still a failure.
You have to spend some points to do that.
Speed points,
right?
yeah.
Yes. That's 3 speed points because you have an edge of 2. Because 2 levels of effort is 5, minus 2 is 3. You don't have any skills that would help you with this, unfortunately. But you can re-roll this if you want with a PC intrusion point.
I think I will go ahead and do that simply because if I succeed, it can't act for a number of rounds equal to the Cypher's level, which is level 8.
That's lovely.
So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Make another die roll.
Ooh!
Major effect!
Jump bump.
Finally.
Okay. We can make something special happen, or we can just make it do 4 extra points of damage if you want.
That extra damage is pretty special.
So
Yeah, when in doubt, I think in this case, extra damage would be most appropriate.
you pull out the gem and you focus it, and the beam comes out and hits it square in the head.
Pew pew.
Bonk.
Inflicts 8 plus 4 is 12 points of
No.
damage. Yeah, sorry. Basic math elude. Shoot. It only has that much health? Okay. That means Okay. Yeah, you take out one. Its eye explodes. Like, it hits it. It goes inside of its head because, like, it's mental damage. It's intellect damage, right?
Yeah.
And then you see it kind of, like, shake. And then one of its eyes just burst.
Oh. Ichor everywhere.
Hi, core.
I core.
Yeah.
The victim cannot take actions for a number of rounds equal to the Cypher's level.
Which is
Okay.
8.
Just 8?
8 rounds. It's just stuck there. Awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
I am vitally
Benathar.
useful.
Oh, before Benathar goes,
okay.
Brenna, did you want to move a short distance or an immediate distance?
Yeah, might as well.
3 meters or 2.9 meters.
Yeah,
It's all good.
there we go.
Okay.
Might as well.
Benathar.
All right, I'm going to do the speed check to see if I can move and take an action. I
Sure.
will spend 3 points to lower my difficulty on that speed check by 1 effort level. Natural 20.
Excellent.
So, what does that mean? That I just get what I want, or does it do something extra?
Okay. You can move a short distance, do an action, and one of your runes you've pre-prepared goes off, make an immediate additional attack as part of your turn with the Rune of Affliction effect.
That's not how Rune of Affliction works. It's like a ward.
I know it is.
That would like blow up on me. I can't have it pre-prepared on me
Um,
because if I touched it, it would explode.
here's what happens.
You explode.
Here's what happens. You run up,
Harbor.
and as you're running, you think, "Oh, I can pull out my rune maker," and you can paint a rune instantly on the spider for Rune of Affliction. You can make an immediate additional attack with the Rune of Affliction effects.
You have like
Sure. It's not an attack, but all right, sure, whatever. I don't
That's
care.
what made you. I'm just reading what the rules say, man. You get to make an additional attack with the Rune of Affliction. Actually, no. You don't write it on the spider. You're writing it on your sword or your axe, and you're hitting them with the axe.
If you touch the object that the rune is on, it explodes.
But it doesn't
I
explode?
can't put it on the axe because it
Howard.
would blow my hand up.
Howard, this is something special that you get that
I
helps
wasn't
you.
going to use the rune at all.
But it's
you not-
like a special effect triggering.
You know what, Howard? You're right. You don't get that effect. Let's not give him that effect. He doesn't want it so badly. We're not going to give it to him.
I don't want to use my axe. It wasn't even close to what I wanted to do. But I mean, if that's what you want to do,
Well,
I don't
I'm
care.
just
It's
saying.
fine. I hit
He's
it.
helping you be a badass.
But that's not even close to what my action was, other than getting up there.
Howard, this is what happens instead.
Yes.
As you run up towards this thing, you notice that your axe that you threw earlier is laying on the pier, and you scoop it up and put it back in your belt.
Cool. I got my axe back. All right. And now that I'm up there and I have an action, I am going to pull out a Cypher. Here it is in equipment. I pull out the instant shelter. When exposed to water and air, it expands into a one-room structure, but I'm putting it in its mouth.
All right.
He's not moving, so it seems like it might not even be that hard to do.
To stuff it in his mouth, I'm going to make it a might roll.
All right. I will spend effort on that.
How much?
I have an edge of 1, so it's not that expensive. I'll do 2 efforts. That's 4
Okay,
points.
that's 4 points, yes.
We mark
Is,
them off.
is this the Cypher system equivalent of dropping an instant fortress on someone?
Kinda,
I feel
yeah.
like it is.
Oh, so close. Do you?
Was
Now
it-
has
well,
enough room.
I want to see if he has any skills that could help here.
He can't move.
Yeah, I will give you. You're absolutely right. I will give you an asset because he is immobilized. That will bring his level down to 2. You stuff it in his mouth. You turn it on, and his head explodes into a giant. What's it called?
Room.
An instant
It's a
shelter.
bedroom.
A little cabin.
A one-room structure with a door and
Nice
window
for all the blood and
replaces the spider's head.
guts. Where did it go?
Amazing.
The spider is dead.
Sorry for having to fight you so hard on what my action was, but you were just kind of guessing, and you were totally wrong about what I wanted to do.
You're absolutely right. But yeah, when you roll a 20, you get a major effect. Most of you have major effects built into your character that I can choose from. And that's what I was trying to do.
That one, is that from the book that it says that's my major effect? Because
Yes.
it doesn't make any sense on what the book says the rune does.
Well, I don't know. That's what it says in the book. I was reading specifically.
Sometimes
from
they
the
don't
Hey.
make sense.
Come on, we've
Okay.
all watched anime where suddenly somebody gets a power where their regular power works totally differently.
And it
Exactly.
only does that for like a short period.
Yeah.
But
And then
hey,
it goes back to
instead you get your axe back. So that's wonderful.
Honestly, that makes me happier anyway.
Gorza looks down at it
I
and
like
goes,
that axe. I
Anybody got
engraved
any
my
butter?
name on the hilt. It's my axe.
All right, Brenna, what were you saying?
Gorza looks down at it and goes, anybody got any butter?
Oh,
No.
oh.
I go looking for those men that were like injured. I
Okay.
would like to go and try to heal them.
One
How's
is
initiative?
been speared straight through the chest and he's dead. There's one guy with a crushed leg. He's not going anywhere, but he's alive at least. And there's another guy who seems to be unconscious.
I will go up and try to start taking care of people's wounds.
They
The
greatly,
guy who has his leg like crushed, who is debilitated, I will touch him, and for free I will cast what's called Ignore the Pain. It will let him ignore the impaired condition and treat the debilitated condition as only being impaired.
excellent.
Nice.
He's extremely grateful. Oh, thank you, Mr. Lizard Man. I don't know what I'm going to do. I work on this leg, but maybe with your help it'll heal up nice and strong again, and I can get back to work in a couple weeks. The guards start rushing in, and they start celebrating you. They're like, yeah!
We didn't have to fight that sucker. I
Great
would
thinking with the whole cabin thing.
I would like to ask any survivors who aren't completely, suffering. I'm not going to be like, while they're working on them, hey, so, got questions about where you went and where you were coming from. I'm looking for someone who's able to have that conversation right now.
Okay.
Are there any people in the water or anything that need rescuing?
Oh, yeah. That'd be
Yeah,
helpful, too.
there's probably a few people that fell in when the docks were being destroyed, and you can start picking them up. Who's talking to the guards?
I have
Brenna?
rope. I'll be throwing rope out to them and pulling them in.
I would dive in and get them out
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
ask.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to talk to the guards then as they rush forward?
I'm rescuing people.
I know
That's my
Sasha
first
can't.
priority.
Your bird
I'm
flies
over here
back.
like,
Your bird flies back, Sasha. It lands on your shoulder.
Cool.
It lands on Sabile's shoulder.
Preens itself.
And Crystal, what are you doing?
I'm not really sure what we would even be asking at this point.
The guards start surrounding you, Crystal, and they pull out swords, and they're like, "There's a zombie on the deck!"
Oh no, she is fine, not zombie. Very
Hey.
intelligent.
I've lived here for a long time. Well, I've inhabited this town for a long time. And I've never caused trouble.
I yell over to the guards. It's okay. She's my litchy little lion friend.
I stick my head up out of the water. My little glowing orb bobs a little bit. She spits water at him and goes, "Hey, she's one of ours." Dives back down to save people.
The magical log cabin finally gets waterlogged enough to sink into the... And here the shore, the water isn't entirely that deep. So like one little like area just peaks up above the waves, forever being there.
It's the place that kids in the future will dive down to and visit, like... Ooh, this
I'm
is
You're
a
gonna make up
place
even
we're
crazier
not
legends
supposed
as to how it got there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think I can retrieve the log cabin for you.
It's okay. It doesn't fold back down.
You rescue everybody. The guards thank you. They say the undead person is just fine. You saved a lot of people's lives, so I guess it's good. I guess.
Gore's just standing
Seems
over
wrong.
them, go like behind her, looking at them, going, "Yeah, it's good."
Yeah, it seems wrong, but people are being healed and rescued, and they're perfectly okay with that. They say you can come
It
back
seems
with
wrong,
them.
but it feels so right. I will. I'm gonna cast another spell on myself, called Force of Will. If you are affected by an unwanted condition or affliction, such as a disease or paralysis or mind control, and so on, there's other conditions that it lists. You can ignore it and act as if it didn't affect you for 1 hour. If the condition would normally last less than an hour, it is entirely negated. Because we just found out that there's a god cursing people, and if somebody curses me, I don't want to be cursed.
Okay, you paranoidly cast a spell on yourself. The
Can't blame you.
guards say they're going to take the wounded people back to the barracks and the sick bay that they have there. You're welcome to join them. You guys are heroes, and whatever they can give you is yours. So come
That sounds
party
good.
with them. We've defeated the sea spider, and you can bring these wounded people to the sick bay.
I'm all down for partying, and especially if there are any survivors who happen to be uninjured. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking to them first about where they were and where they were coming from and all that sort of questions.
You can also, they also say, hey, you might want to talk to the mayor too. Mayor Mardusk's place is that house way over there, and they give you directions.
Why would I want to talk to him?
Her, they correct you.
Her. Sorry. All you landlubbers look alike. I can't tell.
To us, you look like a reverse mermaid.
You know what they say about those reverse mermaids?
You're a land mermaid. That's what we call
Don't look a
them.
reverse mermaid in the mouth.
Most people shouldn't be looked at in the mouth.
People really don't want to look me in the mouth. All those sharp teeth.
So where are you guys headed? Are you headed to the barracks? Are you headed to the mayor's place? Are you going somewhere else? There's a tavern in town called the Funky Fish Tavern.
It has alliteration. I want to go there.
The Funky Fish Tavern sounds like a place that Gerza will love.
It's Fred's Funky Fish Fry.
I know.
Oh, God.
Sounds fun.
I know I'm not good with like the mayor and all like that civilized folk, so I slap Benethar on the back and go, "Yeah, man, let's go get a drink."
I'll totally head to the tavern.
Someone should probably speak to the mayor.
I agree.
About what?
The mayor might know what those sailors were looking for, and it would keep us from having to bother them, since they are injured and probably busy being healed right now.
The raven pipes up and says, "The sea spider is a bad omen."
No, really? I had no idea. Even that got through my thick skull.
And then it just
Actually,
repeats you, thick skull.
Amongst my people, the person in charge generally has the best drinks in the cabinet. Maybe we should meet the mayor.
I like your idea, friend.
All right. Mayor Mardusk lives in a large house in the center of town, decorated with nets, harpoons, and other naval equipment. When you come to the door, a woman answers it. Let me show you what she looks like. I have a picture of the mayor somewhere.
I was like, you have a picture of the mayor's lady who answers the door.
Her assistant.
There she is.
Ooh, she looks like my type.
Yeah,
badass.
she looks like an adventurer, right?
She has resting angry face.
I'm not surprised. In this kind of town.
Well,
It looks like being the mayor is stressful here.
Yeah.
I mean, a giant sea spider just destroyed the docks and killed a bunch of people.
Welcome
So
to
you know
my
it's fair.
welcome to my humble home, adventurers. Talk about right time, right place. That enormous arachnid could have done a lot more damage if you weren't there to help. I'm in your debt. Come in.
I will bow down so I can get in.
I'll come in.
Yeah, it's not good for... Actually said, come around back. There's a window near the kitchen. We'll talk there.
Okay.
10 feet tall. She doesn't have ceilings that high.
She welcomes the adventurers into her home and leads them to the kitchen. From the moment you enter the mayor's house, it's clear why some of the town wonder how in Mitra's name she's able to run a town. Every square inch is covered in books, files, papers, scrolls, and other possessions that are usually more likely to belong to a bookkeeper than a leader of a thriving city. Mardusk skips all formalities and immediately presents you with tea, water, or other non-alcoholic drinks.
The tear just forming.
Oh, thank you, but I don't drink.
Well, they're not... She says, well, it's not alcoholic. Or you don't drink like water?
I don't drink.
Well, okay. If there's anything I can get you, just ask then. Thank you so very much for saving this town. Is there anything I can help you with?
I drink from my wineskin.
The raven pipes up and immediately says, "A saltine!" And then Sabine puts her hand over her raven's beak and closes it.
She has
And just kind of stares apologetically.
She takes a piece of bread and rips it off and gives it to the bird.
There we go. The bird is happy and is silent.
Give the bird some hardtack.
Peck at that for a while.
We should give the bird gum so it can't talk for a while. It'd be hilarious.
Okay, so the bird person in me, because in real life I have raised birds all of my life, and I'm going internally, no! Do not be feeding them any of this!
Are all
It's
of
okay.
you?
It's a fictional bird.
Are all of
I know!
Are all of you together? Are all of you an adventuring group?
Yes.
Say
These are my little friends.
Sure.
Who's in charge here? Who's the leader?
Do
I
we
am.
have a
I
leader?
I have a reward for defeating the spider, and I'd like to give it to the person in charge of this adventuring group.
I will say this so that you all know, in this setting, in case you haven't read it, giants are often in charge, and my character is actually good at talking to people, so he might assume he's in charge. But you will notice that at any time that there has been treasure, he has equally divided it. He's very fair-minded. If you don't actually respect him and think he's the leader, that's up to you.
Oh, and angler folk, I'm determining this now as flavor text, are matriarchal,
That makes
and
sense.
are particularly known for their affinity for like loot and treasure and things. So in this particular instance, she's definitely like, she's also fair. She's not like greedy or anything like that, but she's definitely like, I am definitely in charge in this instance.
She'll look at the rest of you three because there seems to be a conflict here, and say, who do I give this to?
My big old
That would
hand
be
in the
me.
window.
I'm in charge of ensuring that everyone is properly compensated.
It doesn't really matter. We'll handle it.
Okay. Well, this is a small bag, and you have a giant hand, so I hope you don't mind me giving it to.
Not at all.
What is your name?
Gorja Lum. And then she loosens her scarf so that way Lum's head appears.
You see a big eyeball just open up, look around.
And in case anyone's curious, I do have a specific thing called wheeling and dealing.
She
that
says,
can be a bit jarring the first time.
it's not a lot of gold. It's 100 gold pieces. But it's all the town coffers can spare at the moment, considering our trade problems.
Yeah, so let's talk. She pockets it without another word, and because she's not going to be so crass as to dole it out and count it in front of everyone right there. So speaking of those trade problems, what can you tell us about what caused them? Ultimately, like, why
Bad weather?
did you piss off the goddess?
It's bad weather, really. It's bad luck and bad weather that has been keeping our ships from the shoals, from mooring at our docks. And now it seems like we have monsters. And that's
and it
not
seems
good.
like somebody pissed off the sea god somewhere. 'Cause in
don't
my experience,
I don't know much about the sea gods. That's not what I do around here. But if you like, you can talk to Duke Heinrich. Duke Heinrich lives outside of town, and he has an extensive library about these kinds of things.
library.
He's kind of obsessed with divinity, and probably knows more than anybody else about this evil god.
I can't remember. Sorry, is it Crystal or Sasha's character that likes books?
It is Sasha's character.
I am also a reader.
Oh, apparently both of them.
I mean, I think there's a lot of people who like books, but if you can be more specific.
Well,
cool.
it was Sasha earlier who had said that Sabine pulled her nose out of a book.
Yes,
Ah.
Sabine is an Akashic, which means they deal a lot with mind, memory, and that sort of thing.
Oh,
Hello, I'm back.
We're kind of like that. So she turns to Sabine and says, "Hey, you want to go check out an awesome library?"
I would also like to join you.
Similarly, I would be interested. If
Oh.
only to provide protection.
Nah, not my thing. She pulls out a flask.
I want to go to this place to talk to the man that knows about the evil god.
All right. She gives you direction to Duke Heinrich's place, and bids you good journey.
thank her for her hospitality.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
And I also say, if you ever have need, here's where you can find us.
Do you like give her a card or something, or? Do you...
I don't know. I don't know if we've got somewhere we're staying, or if we're staying like at the tavern.
I guess you're
I
staying
think
at a
we're
local
traveling.
inn. Yeah. Y'all are traveling adventurers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell her wherever we're staying at for now.
We give her a bat signal that she can shine onto the clouds, so that we can be like, there.
Because it's always
a symbol."
stormy. Plenty of clouds.
It's like a raven and an anglerfish on either side.
So you guys start heading out to Dune Heinrich's mansion. He's outside of town. You leave the noise and smell of town and walk for just under a half an hour up a staircase carved into the side of Mitra Mountain. So you have to walk for a while upstairs. It sucks. The garden in front of Duke Heinrich's mansion is groomed to perfection. There are bushes and trees that hold the most beautiful flowers. Bees and other insects gently go about their business. A quaint stone path leads to a massive wooden front door. The place is 3 stories high and lavishly decorated. A golden bell next to the door invites you to ring it. Is that how you ring? Oh yeah, I guess you can ring a bell with a by pushing it. As you reach out to touch the bell, before you can even do that, the door opens, and a
I was
human
waiting for the bell to be a mimic. I was like, "Don't."
and a human butler pops his head out. Good day, visitors. Forgive my enthusiasm, but I saw you walking up to the Duke's humble abode. My master's bathing at the moment. Would you mind if I inquire about your intentions on his behalf?
That is fine. I still tap the bell just a little because I want to.
Ding ding.
I am Benathar. We want to talk to the man who knows about books and gods.
You need to use his library, his extensive library. Not anyone can just come in and use Duke Heinrich's library. Is there a specific reason you need to use it?
Look, the mayor recommended that we speak to the Duke about potential angry sea gods that have been causing all the city's problems.
I see.
Because
Yes.
he's apparently experienced and has a lot of lore. So the mayor recommended us, after we saved the wharf from the attack of a sea spider.
Ah, yes. The Duke will definitely wish to speak with you then. Please come in and watch your head. He says it specifically to Howard. My name is Oscar Vindemir. I am the Duke's butler and manservant. Please wait here. Oscar leaves you in a waiting room, a large chamber furnished with comfortable seats, deep shelves filled with ancient books. In the corner stands a beautiful, well-stocked wooden bar covered with exotic fruits. Perhaps the most eye-catching feature of the room are the portraits hanging on the wall. Each has been painted by the Duke himself and shows one of an array of interesting characters he has met on his travels. A few minutes pass by before a broad-shouldered Thayan with a handsome pair of mustaches and wearing a rich velvet robe enters and introduces himself as the Duke. Let me get you a picture. I have a picture.
Before he enters, Benathar is carefully inspecting the paintings to make sure that the eyes are all part of the painting and none of them like slide away and let people peek on us, Scooby-Doo style.
No, they all seem perfectly real eyes. They don't follow you around the room or anything.
Speaking about eyes, anyone who's particularly like a keen observer might notice that Sibyl's shadow has like two faintly glowing spots on it that look like glowing eyes. It also moves a bit asynchronously to her, and sometimes it warbles.
Interesting.
Yeah, it warbles.
Your shadow makes sounds?
Like
No,
it makes a noise?
It moves.
Wobbles.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I was like, warbling shadow, that's creepy.
No, it's not doing that.
Anyway,
Greetings, my fair travelers. I am Duke Heinrich. What an eclectic bunch you are. Ooh, let me get a good look at all of you. Yes. You,
I give a very goofy smile.
Lionid, you are extremely interesting looking. Oh, I love your attire, but something seems to be amiss, if you don't mind me asking.
Asking? Is there a question?
What's wrong with your face?
visage seems quite strange to me.
Gorza looks down at him and goes, one would think that a duke would know that it's rude to comment upon another's appearance.
oh, she wakes up that way. She has dead
You
head.
misunderstand me. You see, I love to paint interesting characters that I meet from all around the great world that we are currently inhabiting. And this Leonid is of a special interest to me because I wish to paint her.
How does she feel about this?
That is what I am trying to ascertain.
Well, I'm looking at her going like, is she cool with this, or do I need to teach this guy some manners, is kind of what she's doing.
Well, oh, I would be honored.
She's a little
It's
bit
not
protective.
every day a lady gets to have her portrait painted.
Excellent. Oscar Windermere, his butler, immediately appears with an easel and goes clack and puts it down in front of him and puts a what are they called? The thing you paint on.
Canvas?
On it. And he pulls out a palette and begins to paint. Yes.
So I hear you have defeated some sort of creature that rose from the ocean. Please, tell me all about it.
It was a crab.
A sea spider.
I think that's a crab.
A sea spider is of
It was
the
certainly
families of
some
crabs, I
sort of
believe. Yes,
spider.
indeed. Oscar, get these men some drinks. And also the women. No. The 37. Get the 37. Thank you.
I think this person's better than the mayor. This person has good drinks.
And you also have good taste, my friend.
And you are all given a tumbler.
Jester?
A tumbler of some sort of alcoholic liquid that burns.
Perfect. What I always
Well.
wanted.
I suppose if he insists, I'll drink it. I don't think it's going to do any harm since it's basically preservative, right?
Oh, yes. Well, I apologize for my directness, but I am delighted by your appearance. I am a traveler and an artist by heart.
Okay. That was what I was supposed to say when someone said about the portrait. Never mind.
He says, so, after defeating the sea spider, you came directly here for some reason.
Well,
I
We
believe
wanted to
they're
ask
looking
about.
for
Oh, you go ahead.
information.
Yes, yes, information. I have a lot of that, but you might want to be a little specific.
The what was the goddess's name again?
Elvirath.
If you can't
Elvira.
like remember these things, you can't be the talker. Just
We are
saying.
looking for information about Elvira.
I see. He snaps his fingers, and Oscar enters the room.
Dear Oscar, could you be so kind as to fetch a few of my books on the perpetually fascinating goddess of the sea?
Not long after, Oscar returns with a pile of books and puts them on a small table next to the most comfortable chair in the room. After sitting down, picking up the top book, and looking into the eye, he politely asks,
What do you want to know?
Mainly how to appease her, or who might have pissed her off.
Or perhaps where she stays so that we can go and deal with the threat.
Let's see here.
The Duke picks up the largest tome and opens it to a page he clearly knows by heart. Across the pages is a drawing depicting Elvira's mythology. The rightmost portion illustrates an enormous tidal wave washing over the island, drowning Elvira's cultists.
Oh, this happened many, many centuries ago, at least, according to the lore. I've always thought it was meant to strike fear into the reader and demand respect for the evil goddess. But I wonder now whether the goddess has punished her followers before.
He flips a few more pages and reads another sentence of the book. It's written in an old language, not spoken by many.
I have studied this language, but since it hasn't been used in recent history, the translation to our common tongue are ambiguous. To the best of my understanding, it says something along the lines of, Bring me the skull of the Kraken, and I shall rest again. The problem is, I don't know if this word really means skull. Could very well mean brain, or even head. But my money is on skull, since according to the law, it's what she was offered before.
Being angler folk and using real world knowledge to the best of my recollection, I don't think that they actually have a skull, so the head would probably be the best bet there.
Sibyl has a cipher that lets her learn a new language,
Yes,
which I might
Ooh.
want to use right now.
certainly. Well, let's open up your little character sheet and see exactly what it does here. Contemplative idea? No,
That's
it
pretty
is an
It's
equipment.
comprehension.
Comprehension. Within 5 minutes, you can understand the words of a specific language. Yeah, this is true. Even the creature does not normally have a language. Okay, it will automatically work. What do you think this comprehension cipher looks like? How do you use it?
I imagine that it looks like a little tome, and when you open it, it starts to like create a dictionary for the language that like magically translates everything. And then once it's completed the translation within 5 minutes, you can now read and like speak and understand that language as normal.
Right. No, within those 5 minutes, you can understand. It doesn't take 5 minutes to use. You can understand another language within 5 minutes.
The effect is permanent, so
Is
it
it?
lets you understand the language permanently.
Within 5 minutes, I guess so.
It takes 5 minutes to use, though.
Yeah, the effect is permanent.
Holy crap.
Excellent.
it's awesome.
All right, you now understand the ancient language of Elverus cultists.
I feel like this might be useful. I don't know.
I
That
think
does
it's
sound pretty
gonna
useful.
be.
As you start looking through this tome and trying to understand it, make a difficulty 3 intellect task. Actually, no, it has two different difficulties, 3 and 5. So just make an intellect roll. I'm going to give you an easement since you understand the language.
Okay. So, how high do I need to roll in order to get this to work?
So
first one.
level 3 is 9 and a level 5 is 15. But with the easement, it goes down by 3 for each. So it is a 6 and a 12. You can spend effort to bring that down another level. You can spend 2 efforts to bring it down 2 levels.
Okay. Do I have anything that helps me here? Like,
Check your skills list.
Yep, check your skills list.
yeah.
Look,
Magic training. I have competence in mysticism, so like occult philosophy, identifying, deciphering.
magic training is not going to work here. This is just
Deciphering.
this is like research and study. But you do have spiritual, and if you read
Which
spiritual,
gives you bonus to study.
you're trained in all tasks involving study, contemplation, mental concentration. So yeah,
Okay.
that brings it down from a level 3 to a level 1, or a level 5 down to a level 3. So to get all of the results, you need a 9 or more. If you spend a level of effort, it goes down to a 6 or more on the die. 2 levels of effort,
Okay.
it goes down to a 3 or more on the die.
Okay, I will spend a level of effort. Do I need to make 2 rolls still, or are we gonna do one?
It's just one roll.
Okay. If I spent 2 levels of effort, how much intellect am I spending?
It's 3 for the first level, 2 for every additional level.
So 5. I'll spend 5.
-1 because of your edge.
Okay, so 4. And then I click the little die button, I assume?
Yep.
Yep.
Boom, you got it.
Yay!
Whew, barely.
All right. You take a look at the book. You can understand the same information that he got. And if you succeed at the level 5... Okay. You spot another passage indicating that previously the skull was offered... the skull offering was incinerated and placed in the altar in an urn. So it is a skull. You're 100% sure this is supposed to be a kraken skull. And it is placed in an urn. Brenna, you're thinking a kraken is just a giant squid. This is more like Clash of the Titans kraken, which is like part squid, part like Monster Man.
Gotcha.
So you get all of that information.
Okay.
That's
Does
a
it
lot of
kind of
information.
seem like a specific urn? Like, is there... Or just
No.
like an urn?
Just an urn that you would keep, like, entomb ashes in. If you just cremate the skull and put all the ashes in there, then you wouldn't have a giant skull you have to lug around everywhere.
Okay.
True.
Neat.
Do you have
Well,
any
generally you have to put
artifacts
the bones
in
in a
addition to
blender.
books?
Do I have? I have a few artifacts, but if you are you intent on giving the offering of a kraken skull?
I just want to learn more about this ritual or this god.
What else might you suggest?
Well, if you're keen on helping this town further, well, offering the kraken skull is something that you should be helping out in, and I can help facilitate that. First, you go tell the mayor. Tell the mayor, and she'll rally the fleet, and we can go get that dastardly kraken. Also, I have a ship you can use, the Interceptor. Right. Cracking good ship.
Ooh.
Captain Lender will be at your service, but don't misunderstand.
Blender.
Captain Leander, sorry. Captain Leander will be at your service, but don't misunderstand the ship's hierarchy. You tell him where to go, but he decides how to get there.
If he shouts at you, asking to hold a rope, you hold that rope. Mutual respect will get you far with these sailors. Stubbornness has capsized many a ship. I have only one more condition on using the interceptor. If she survives, bring her back.
Yes.
Well, we can do what we can to keep the ship afloat. But depending on how dangerous what we are doing is, that may be difficult.
Well, once you get the Kraken skull, you can bring it back here and we'll figure out how to get it to the island, or you can just go to the island yourself. The island has a temple on it, a cultist temple, and they've been getting offerings for many a year. So I'm practically certain there'll be a bunch of treasure there for you.
That is exciting.
Yith gets a voice in his head from Sabine that says, the skull needs to be cremated and interned in a ceremonial urn, according to this text. So bringing it to and from should not be much of an issue.
I am told that this might be very simple to do if we cremate the head and put it into some sort of urn.
Oh,
Ceremonial, perhaps.
what an inspired idea. I didn't even think that one could do that.
Well, we have Sibyl to thank for the insight.
Sabine, who's been quiet the entire time, still face first into a book.
Well then, if you have your plan, I have given you my ship. I think have come to an accord here.
I believe
certainly
so.
appreciate your help.
Thank you for the drink. He finishes off the little drink.
You gotta actually like a not something you put your hands around, but it's actually like a bigger tumbler than everybody else's. So it's like a double shot. It's like...
Is there anything else that we might be able to do for you during this journey?
Oh, you're helping me quite a lot already just by doing this.
If you say so.
I imagine your business interests have probably suffered.
Oh, yes, it's hard to get trade in with all of these storms and now monsters apparently.
What are his surface thoughts while this little bit of the conversation is going around? Because Sabine can peep into his head without spending any mana right now.
I'm gonna have to make you make an intellect check because he is trying not to broadcast his thoughts.
Okay.
He is a level 2 creature.
Let me see
I'll
here.
have a couple of questions after.
So the great thing about this innate magic is that you can attempt to read its surface thoughts even if the subject doesn't want you to. And all I have to do is study the target for at least a round and see the target. And I get a sense of what he's thinking, regardless of whether he's trying to hide it or not. If I apply effort, then I get to do, I think, it for longer.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna whisper to you, Sasha.
Yeah. Creepy crow lady's doing her thing.
Creepy Crowley.
The creepy corvid lady.
Creepy Birdo.
Corvids are cool.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know what that one word is, Corey.
Okay. I will. Uh,
I think you know
I
what
was-
one word. I don't know.
I
what
was
it
gonna
is.
say something terribly inappropriate, so I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Yeah, you using big words or are you using jargon?
jargon.
Oh, okay.
It just means penis.
Um. Okay. I will think about what I want to do about that and let everyone else do what they want to do in the
Okay.
meantime.
Well, it looks like everybody's leaving.
I think Brenna wanted to do something.
Oh yeah, Brenna.
I did want to ask him questions about the ship, like using her piratey knowledge sort of
Sure.
thing to kind of get a feel, like, is he giving us a junker, and sussing out like the motivations behind it.
So, he's definitely not giving you a junker. He'll explain that the ship is a swift caravel, something that it can it holds ballista on it. It is made for holding off pirates. You're like, yeah,
Hey.
this ship is a fighter that also can run from pirates if need be. It's a good ship, and he's probably giving you one in hopes that you really succeed.
So he's really like counting on us to pull this through.
Yeah.
And his motivations?
You really can't get his motivations from talking.
I mean,
to him
not
about
motivations,
shit.
but like, is there? Do I get a sense that he's what's the word that I'm
Genuine?
looking for? Is he weaselly about it? Like, does he have potentially ulterior motives?
He might, but the ship is good. Like, there's
Okay.
no
No trick?
there's no trick about this ship if you get to the ship and it's what he describes.
Okay, that's basically what I was going for. Thank you.
Okay. Before we leave, Yith is going to receive another message from Sibyl. She's going to say, "He is trying to manipulate us. I'm not sure what about yet. Try to ask him some questions, and I'll see what I can find out."
Can I ask questions back in your head?
You can reply to me, yes.
I go, is he trying to manipulate us toward doing his work for him?
I am not sure yet. But if you stall for some time in conversation, I might be able to find out.
I will see what I can do. Yes, will look over at the guy.
And Sibyl is going to spend 2 points of mana. It's 4 reduced to 2. I'm going to activate telepathic for free with my edge with this guy, with the mayor. Not
Okay.
mayor, what's his name?
Duke. He's a
Heinrich.
duke.
With the Duke. And then I'm going to activate mind reading. My edge cuts down on a lot of those costs. I'm going to spend an additional 2 mana to make him not be allowed to have a roll to resist. And I'm going to read his proper mind, deep thoughts included, for up to 1 minute.
Oof.
What? That's amazing.
That's
You got the
evil.
mind powers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mind reader.
So what do you talk to him about?
So, this situation we have brewing, it has caused the town some trouble in the past. Have you had any run-ins with the people who have been cursed by this godling?
This is a new and novel situation. So I would happily I am just trying to look out for the townspeople that I am a part of. This is my land. I am a duke here.
Since we're still here, I'm off to the side trying to get Oscar Vinomir's attention for a refill.
Actually, it's 4 mana because I want to read his mind for longer, but same difference. I took the mana off, so we're good.
So then this affects not only your home, but your own business interests.
Of course it does. I
Do the
mean,
people that
these people are my people. Obviously.
including those that were injured today. I was able to help one of them with their broken leg, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to work in the docks for much longer.
Oh, that's terrible, terrible things that happened. I'm glad we have people like you to help us get this situation resolved.
I agree
But
that it is very important to protect
I
the
think-
people who are here.
I think we might want to get this show on the road, right?
Perhaps it is a good time to start getting prepared, but in terms of preparedness, we must know what we are going to be up against.
Well, the Kraken.
Maybe you could give us more information about what to expect when going against a Kraken like this.
It is a large tentacle creature. Stay far away from it and shoot it with your ballista. If you have a ramming ship, ram straight for it.
Sabile's going to tell Yist, he's very enthusiastic for us to go and do this for him. Try being straight with him. Ask him why he's willing to risk his ship for such an adventure.
Ooh, good
Or try giving him reason to suspect we know he has ulterior motives.
Hold on. Sasha, let me just give you, because there's some information you're going to get with your
Okay.
cheaty powers here. That cheat.
Yeah. Sorry. My cheater powers.
She's not
I
sorry.
got cheater superpowers.
You got cheater brain powers.
I got mess with all the DM's plans powers.
All right. I gotta write this down for. It's gonna take me a second.
Okay.
Okay.
So, hey, as long as y'all are still watching, not doing anything important, you should go ahead and check out our website. Do we have a website? I don't
No,
know.
we don't.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Yeah, that was it.
We,
I think it's called Dead Unicorn or something.
Yeah, dead unicorn or something.
Dead Unicorn.
yeah. Patreon.com/deadunicorn.
Yeah, that too. I don't know. I subscribe to it. I throw money at these people. They're worth $5. Anybody else got anything to plug?
Um,
Go for it, Brenna. Talk about those werewolves.
I was about to say, I have a podcast, specifically a modern fantasy audio drama called Hair and Feeding of Werewolves. It is basically a doctor who uses magic to treat patients like werewolves, vampires, and the like.
And it's funny.
I was about to say, like, how do I explain it without sounding completely off my rocker?
I work with a company called Foreteller Games, and we make audio narrations for a bunch of different board games that are out on the market, like Midara, Frosthaven, Gloomhaven, Sleeping Gods,
Oh my
Kinfire.
God.
There's like a ton of board games out there that we do. So if y'all are interested in board games, check us out.
Oh my god.
Sometimes.
I told
I
you.
am
You're
a
like,
dirty cheater.
crack
I
this-
am a dirty cheater.
Does Sibel's like face change or?
I'm going to say this though. If you accuse him without proof,
I'm not. Don't worry. I'm not going to accuse him of anything. I'm not going to say anything at all until we leave.
Like,
So
her
do I
eyes
get
are just
it?
like real big for no
You
reason.
You get like mental static.
Would she take mental damage now?
Do you see that picture of an old Native American head and with the
Tarek!
lights behind it as, you know, the like she's turned off
It's
for the
like
night back in the 80s?
it's like when you're connected to an audio source from two different places and you get like feedback. You're getting like mental feedback right now from Sibyl's end, just like
Oh,
Tarek, I'm gonna have to make you make a level 3 intellect check to keep this guy spinning his wheels and talking to you. About just general whatever you wanted to talk to him about. He's gonna try and get you out of here. But
Yeah, I actually have specific abilities can do all of that, but y'all didn't help me into this at all. So
so Tarek,
literally
My
what my
bad.
character's good at.
I don't know.
I couldn't talk out loud to say it. I was thinking about doing that as like, hey, keep him distracted. But then you would have just been like, what do you mean keep me distracted? And I would have been like, run away.
Right?
so Yes needs
we
to
gotta
make
come up with a good signal.
level 3
like,
intellect check.
I will spend an effort to lower this to level 2.
Okay.
And that will spend 2 of my intellect, and I will roll at TN2.
Sounds good.
Very nice.
All right. You get him talking for a while. As long as you want to talk to him, you'll be able to. And
I will keep him going by asking him about spiritual and like mystical questions that he might have insight into because of his magical library over here.
All right. You spend a bunch of time until Sasha gives you the "let's get out of here" mental signal. Until
We need to go. Which I imagine is just the raven hitting me on the side of the head.
Yeah.
Flip
Cyborg.
flips
It's like
with the wing.
yeah. And you'll head out.
As
Okay.
you guys start heading out, I'll be like, are you done with the portrait?
Oh, yes. It's only just a rough drawing right now, and I've got a good mental image of you.
And it's a good start. It's a good he's got the framework of what he wants to do. The the colors around your eyes, and the general feel of your facial structure. It looks like a great start.
the base layer.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a great start. I would love to see it when it's complete.
Well, when you come back from the Isle of Accursed, I'm sure it'll be done by then. It'll be hanging among
The rest of these, and he points to the ones all up on the walls, and they're all pretty good. There's one or two that are a little sketch, but the rest of them,
That was when he was just starting.
yeah, probably, maybe he had a bad day. You don't know.
Maybe the people just look weird.
Maybe.
I
Bad
give
hair.
my big cup back to Oscar and give him a pat on the back that's just a little bit too hard, but that doesn't look intentional, and say, "You're a good man," as I'm leaving.
Thank you, Master Giant.
All right, y'all start going down the stairs, down the mountainside, back to town. It's much easier to go down. It feels great
Both
for a little bit,
on both
and then your
trips
legs
going
still
to
get
and
tired.
from.
Huh?
On both trips going to and from, Gorza's complaining about heights and repeatedly says she hates heights.
Yeah. At first you're like, oh, this is much better going down, and then it starts to become like a task to go down each step and not like fall or trip, which is an entirely new now situation that you're in.
Probably someone's like, oh, my knees.
Yeah.
There is some disturbing information our friend has gathered.
I assume once we're a decent ways away, because that's what she told you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Not
figuring.
right in the
get all
building,
the way
so-
down. No, we're outside.
So we were on the way.
We've
just
been
wanna make
going
sure.
for a while.
So once we're a good ways away, that is what I will, will say. Seville has discovered that there is reasons why he wants us to go and do this deed, especially flying his flag. It would appear that he made deals with this High One, trying to dabble in necromancy, and the evil goddess has punished him by turning all of the cultists that he gave as tribute into undead, which might explain why he had such a fancy interest in Regina. He now seeks to use us to rectify this situation by taking credit for what we are able to accomplish. This may
Why don't we-
become troublesome, but at least we have a pathway forward.
So the crab was coming for him.
Perhaps. I don't know about the crab.
Why don't we cut out the middleman and
Just
take
fine.
him out?
Because he is not the problem, simply a symptom of the problem.
Cause of problem more than symptom.
No, the dark goddess is still a problem and is in no way directly associated. He simply wished to try to appease it by giving it cultists to act as tribute to her. That seems to have angered her even more than it did before.
The
Taking
raven
him
chimes
out,
up.
I think would not be as resolute as we would want as a situation.
The raven chimes up too and says, to accuse him without reason would be akin to treason. Squawk!
The bird has wisdom beyond its
Beyond its birdness.
year.
It's year.
The bird brain is a very good brain.
Delicious
Corgis are
Brains.
smart, so
Just kidding. I don't eat.
So we have this information, but nothing we can do about it. So we just go on like we don't know.
At
So,
least for
we
now.
appease the goddess and then take him out.
Okay.
I am not certain whether it is wise to appease this goddess or not, but that is only my opinion. If you all believe this is the best course of action, then perhaps we will gather more information the closer we get to accomplishing this task. First things first, we have to take out this kraken creature.
Kind of feel bad killing this poor kraken that wasn't really doing anything, but okay.
It is a
That's
sea
kind of Gorza's
monster
thought.
and would probably attack others if given the opportunity.
Well, whether he's a bad guy or not, this seems to be our only course, so I guess we do it.
Let us start heading to the ship then, I suppose.
Sure.
Oh, perfect.
Get
Well,
acquainted with the captain.
Should we speak to the mayor?
We could
'Cause you
also do
mentioned
that,
talking
yes.
to her about rousting the fleet.
Yes.
All right. Y'all head back to the mayor's place.
Mayor.
Hi again.
Yep. You knock on the door. She answers. Oh, welcome back, adventurers. Did you have a nice chat with Duke Heinrich? What did he say?
It looks like we are going to have to kill a kraken.
Why are we going after the Kraken?
Well, according to an ancient passage, the goddess will only be calmed when presented with the skull of the kraken.
Well,
that's excellent news. Now we have a
Not the
plan.
Kraken.
Well, yeah. Oh no, not the Kraken. Look, I'm happy that we now have an actual plan that we, can go after. Before, we didn't have anything that we could do. Now we have something. I'm glad we have Duke Heinrich here.
Yes.
Let's.
My character's terrible at kind of keeping a face at this point, so he makes an obvious face when she says
Same
that.
here.
Yeah, so does Sybil.
She will grab. She'll walk in and she'll say one moment. She'll go in. And she'll just start grabbing a piece of paper and some pen. She'll write something down. She'll come back out and she'll give it to you and say, whoever takes it from her, it's a note. She said, "Go to the barracks. Talk to the admiral."
Okay, I'll take it.
Admiral Greysail will rally the fleet and take you on out there. Do you have a ship?
We have a ship
The
to use
Interceptor.
for now, at
I'll loan
least.
from Duke Heinrich.
I didn't get that.
Yes, we have the ship from that guy.
The Interceptor on loan.
Heinrich.
Duke Heinrich ship? Excellent. It sounds like a great idea. All right. Well then, I'll tell you what. We'll come in tomorrow morning. We'll get the. You give this note to the admiral. The admiral will tell you when the fleet can be assembled. We'll all get together, and you can set sail to kill the Kraken.
That sounds like a good plan.
Excellent. And she
Okay.
bids you adieu.
When we're a good distance away, Gorza goes, "So why are we not telling her she's got a necromancer up in here?"
They said that we shouldn't accuse without proof.
Right.
Tarek just didn't receive my
I-
telepathic message quickly enough.
I suppose so.
That part.
We
Bill
could
is
back
telling
up
me-
if you were still in there sending something telepathically. We could back up a
Bill-
little unless
Yeah,
Corey
so
said
Bill
no.
was telling me something to tell the mayor. However, I'm not sure. Like, I will say this back to
It's my
Sybil.
suggestion,
I
but
will
you
say
would
this
have
back to
seen it while
Sybil
we were
of,
in the
like,
room.
If we tell the mayor, wouldn't she want proof before we make this claim known?
I can prove to her that I can read minds, simply. It would be
But
rather
that
effective.
does not preclude the idea that you might be trying
That
to
I might be lying.
lie to her. Or trying to bring the Duke ill reputation, which he deserves. Perhaps not something we can prove to her directly. I could perhaps suggest that she keep an eye on him, and that his motives may not be so. What do you think?
If you choose to tell her or not, I will stand by the decision.
I pull on Benatar's leotard.
Okay, sure. I'm not wearing one, but whatever.
Well, you went with Professor Hulk. What else is he supposed to go for?
I pull on your Pat Benatar.
Thank you. I'm not the only one who thought that.
Yeah. I just basically I just pull on your tabard or what have you to try to get you to lean down.
I look down at you.
I like stand upright and then put my hand over my mouth and whisper into your ear and say, "I believe that Sibyl wishes to inform the mayor of what we have uncovered. She said she is willing to prove that she can read minds, but I am not so certain whether the
Okay.
mayor will be willing to listen or not. But coming
will
from you,
help.
perhaps it would be easier to communicate. I suggest maybe informing her that he is not to be trusted. Maybe if she keeps an eye on him at the very least, we may not have to provide extra evidence. Maybe he will hang himself with the rope we provide for him.
All right, give me a moment. I look down at the mayor.
Yes.
I look down at everybody because that's how it works. And I will spend an intellect point to gain understanding. By observing or studying a creature or object by spending the intellect point, my next interaction with that creature or object gains an asset.
Excellent.
I'm going to explain to her how helpful that this man has been, referring to Heinrich, Duke Heinrich, and how he let us into his library and all the good things he did and how forthcoming he was with us. But I am fast talking so that, which will cost me another intellect point. So she will take a reasonable action the following round, which is basically my reasonable action I want her to take is to really think this through, as I then indicate to Yusuf to back me up as I explain the other half, which is what we believe he did, which is the sacrificing of the people that became the cultists that became undead or whatever.
Right.
And I am spending 2 intellect points. One to give me an asset, and then the next one is to make her. Basically, it says I want to make sure I read it right. Take one reasonable action the next round, and it's just basically to really give us understanding and really consider what we're saying. So you can decide how that would work out as far as us convincing her.
So you don't have to spend any intellect
Oh,
because both of those are separate actions, and your edge works for each
times.
of those actions.
Oh, okay. Well then, sure.
You convince the creature to take one reasonable action in the next round, and the reasonable action is to listen to you.
Hear us out.
Hear you out. Obviously. Okay, that makes sense. She'll listen to you, and you'll slide that in there, and she'll say that the Duke is doing necromancy. That seems, if that's true, that's terrible, and we need to do something about that. But how would you know such a thing? Where are you getting this information? I'm not here to entertain rumors.
Nor would I ask you to entertain rumors. Some of us have magical powers of divination, and we use those to just help us to understand things. We weren't looking to snoop on him, but to understand more about this goddess, and we came across this. And we know that we shouldn't be making accusations without proof, but we were hoping that with this knowledge, you could keep an eye on him and see what happens next, so that you're prepared if he does anything else untoward.
I definitely will. And if you find any extra evidence that I can show, let's say, a magistrate, that would help immensely. But taking somebody's word on it because they can read minds isn't something any sort of judge would.
I never said we read a mind. I said we divined it.
Oh, divine, yeah.
You did say
Any
that.
sort of like magical divination, looking to a crystal ball is not going to convince a judge.
Nor do I expect it to. But with this information, not sharing it would make us accomplice, and we are not that.
Well, thank you. I'll keep an eye out. But I suggest you not tell a lot of people about this.
If you were not the mayor, we would not have told you.
All right.
I actually will observe and study this creature, this mayor. I want to try and double check. She's not in on this. She looks genuinely surprised, right?
Make a level 3 intellect check to size her up.
Okay, I have an asset on this.
You have an asset, so it becomes level 2, And if you have any skills like seeing through lies or anything like that.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so level 2, 6 or more.
All right. Cool. That's more than
There you go.
6.
Her surprise seemed very genuine to you.
Cool.
I assume her surface thoughts are also in line with what she's saying.
Yes, her surface thoughts are not sus.
Not like his.
Not like his. His are super sus. All right. Y'all head out to go see the Admiral or go to the Funky Fresh Fish. But we're going to do that next time on Isle of the Dreaded Accursed.
Bye.
Yes.
Everybody's going to get an advancement.
Ooh.
Yay!
I want to tell
Like a
everybody how
ragdoll.
advancements work real quick. Every tier, you get 1 of 4 advancements. Plus 4 to your stat pools, plus 1 effort, plus 1 edge, a skill, or a new power or something like that. Once you get that, you can't get it again until you tier up. But when you get 4 of these, you do tier up. And then they all go away and you can do it all over again. So, everybody gets 1 of those advancements. And that is it.
How
Thank
you
you.
do that.
Thank you for watching this all the way through. If you did, you obviously liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe. We're going to be doing this every weekend. Thanks to Mr. Tarask for writing this this adventure here. And, anything else? I
Thank
think-
all of you for watching it.
Yeah, thanks
And-
all of you for watching it. Go roll some dice. Goodbye.